Hi guys, I want to tell you a brief story about coffee and coffee shops. Legend has it that the coffee plant was first discovered by an Ethiopian goat herder named Kaldi. The story explains how one day, sometime in 14th or 15th century, Kaldi was out with his goats and noticed that some goats were behaving very lively and energized after eating a specific plant with beans. After investigating, Kaldi discovered the coffee bean plant. Whether or not this lore is fictitious, it does contain one recognized fact: coffee is native to Ethiopia. Sounds like a reasonable story with evidence to back it up for me. Literally, there is no evidence. The early days by the 15th century, coffee was drunk in Yemen and quickly spread to other Middle Eastern areas of Persia, Iran, and Turkey by the 16th century. Since the beginning, coffee houses function as social spots where people could come to drink and engage in conversation. In the late 16th century, coffee reached Europe via the Silk Road. Gaining major prominence in the country of Italy, coffee houses began to arise in Europe in the 17th century. The first in Oxford, England. By the end of the 17th century, coffee houses were everywhere in Europe and were widely popular meeting places. The first coffee house in London opened in 1652. By the middle of the 18th century, coffee's popularity in Europe began to dwindle a bit. We all know how Brits love their tea. Coffee takes on the America. The first coffee houses in America was established in 1689 in Boston, Massachusetts. In 1737, Merchant's Coffee House was opened in New York. Historically, coffee shops were known to pop up around the merchants and trading grounds for travelers to stop at. Coffee became especially popular in America following the Boston Tea Party in 1773. Many Americans switched to coffee as a protest against the British taxation on imported tea. Apparently, coffee is patronic in America, like, okay. Growing coffee, although the coffee bean plant was first found in Ethiopia, its growth quickly spread elsewhere. In the 18th century, the Dutch began growing coffee plants in Indonesia. Around this time, people start growing coffee in Brazil as well. Coffee became a staple good in Brazil, and it still is. By the early 19th century, Brazil had a boom in coffee plantations. Brazil remains the world's largest producers of coffee and is well known for the quality of their beans. I could honestly say so much more regarding historical coffee facts, but I don't want to bore you all. I'm just going to leave the history here. It's really interesting to track coffee over time, especially considering how we drink it now. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know your comments down below. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and like button. See you soon.